Hi, this is Justin from iconicrc.com. The cameraman today is John, my co-owner for the website iconicrc. Running a few more Tamiyas around on this fantastic track here, but a little bit of a change for this one. This is a 49490 Tamiya Mitsubishi Pajero, or Pajero as it's possibly pronounced. It's a 4x4 off-road vehicle that I've done quite a few modifications to. I'll just walk you through some of the modifications and some of the standard features. Take the shell off. As you can see, well, it's a Tamiya CC-01 based chassis, but I've hacked it about quite a lot, to say the least. Most obvious upgrade, I've put a rad shape, I think this is off of a Schumacher Mission MI2 upgrade, aluminium battery tray at the front, so that I can run an extra battery up front, not only for longer run time but also for extra weight up front to give it better grip when it's going up high or steep inclines. The ESC has been upgraded. This is an M-Tronics Roxy TIO rock crawler ESC, which gives me a drag brake as well as forward and reverse. What else have we done? Motor's been upgraded. Now the standard CC-01, I think all the CC-01s come with a 540 motor, silver can, which is way too quick if you're looking for scale kind of speed. So I've changed this for a HPI 55 turn, cheap and cheerful motor, about 10 quid I think, 10 or 12 pound. Also upgraded the steering servo. We've gone for a Power HD metal geared servo in there to give us a little bit more durability running off-road. Front suspension is fairly stock. You've got a rather dented Junfac front skid plate, because the standard bumper on the CC-01 on this particular model it gets in the way a lot basically when you're trying to go up steep slopes. Junfac aluminium skid plate on the bottom, 4-link suspension upgrade at the rear, homemade IKEA drawer handles for sidebars here. They do the job. People have questioned my sanity when I created these, but they actually do the job. They protect the body quite well, fairly chunky. And these are about, I think if you bought aluminium versions of these made for the job, you're looking at £15 probably. These cost me about £2.50, so I think it was a bargain. Today we're running a standard NIM, I think it's a 3200 NIM in it, 3300 NIM, 7.2 volts. Now the most elaborate modification I've done, if you excuse the insulation tape which makes it look a little bit scruffy, is the rear of the CC-01 has very limited suspension travel as standard. As you can see, not a great deal there. It's enhanced a little bit by the 4-link suspension, but what I've also done is use some old Tamiya oil-filled shocks there, taken the springs off, drop the shaft down through the chassis, so we've actually got droop suspension as well as suspension under compression, you see, which gives us way more articulation for when we're running off-road. As you can see, quite a lot of movement there. This little T-bar on the back here just straps the top of the shocks down to the chassis through a homemade plate, which is mounted onto what probably would have been a resistor mount, I guess, on there on the chassis. These body mounts, ignore these. These are for when I've got another body that I use to run off-road when I'm doing anything serious. So they're just body mounts for that. They're the standard mounts for the Pajero. I think that's about it. So it's ready to run. So we'll try and get the body on. Hopefully not too many outtakes as I put the body on. But we'll see how we get on.
Justin, is that 4-link suspension? Is that a Tamiya CC-01 hop-up?
No, this is Junfac, the 4-link suspension.
So that's all Junfac?
This is a Junfac from Korea, I think.
Okay, sorry, just is it all CC-01 specific then?
This is all CC-01 specific.
Okay.
That is. All these were sourced from Fusion Hobbies, one of the site's sponsors.
Okay.
So, but yeah, they're all easy to fit, straightforward. The only thing with this 4-link suspension, you don't get any instructions at all when you come to fit it, so you end up googling lots of images trying to work out what goes where. But once you get started, it's not too bad, but if they included instructions it would be quite handy. But there you go. Right, try and get this on. Right, ready to go, hopefully. Yeah. Let's give it a run. As you can see, it's got a reasonable turn of speed, not tremendously fast, but reasonable scale speed. The scale looks on this model are pretty good. As you can see, there's one wing mirror missing. It's disappeared on its travels at some point in its time, but decent scale looks though. I've customised the body a little bit with some homemade license plates or registration plates. But let's take it up a slightly steeper slope and see if it can handle proper off-roading. Let's see how we get on.
It's too loose.
Try. No problem, is it? See if we can get down without rolling. Get in close at the back edge on as you're filming and see whether you can see the suspension moving as it. Right, it's going up this side. Try again, run up. Certainly wouldn't win any awards for speed this one, but it performs pretty well and stands up to some fairly decent off-roading. Perhaps harder work to drive than some of the other crawlers out there on the market, because it's not a crawler really by nature. It's just been modified to perform a little bit better.
It is nice to have a break from ragging the quick things around though, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
You can have a nice chilled out afternoon with one of these, and because they're slower, the batteries will last a lot longer, won't they?
Yeah, when I run this on a lipo, if I run it 2 lipos, it lasts nearly all day on this. Nice steady speed, it's a bit like walking the dog really. Nice steady walking pace. Right. So yeah, runs pretty well actually. Not a bad value off-road vehicle. One thing I did forget to mention actually was the tyres. The standard tyres that come on the CC-01 are fairly hard actually. These have been upgraded to fast-tracked Kongs. They're supposed to be on beadlock wheels, but the wheels that come with these particular tyres won't fit on this chassis, so I've glued these onto the original Pajero rims. But these have a lot more traction compared to the standard tyres. But yeah, not bad a value model to be honest. It performs fairly well, so if you're looking for an off-roader, something with good scale looks, not a bad choice. Okay, cheers.